right, hello, sixth grade. This is just kind of a video of me doing the answer key for pages 25 and 26, which is what we asked you to complete for today, which is Tuesday, April 7th. So you can watch me do this if it helps you to hear me think out loud, or you can always just check the PDF that will be posted along with it. All right, the first question just says, a survey asked 310 people how far they drive to work. The histogram shows the results of the survey. One bar in the histogram stands out. What might it tell you about the drives? So here's our histogram. If you didn't already identify the one that's standing out, I would say for sure it's going to be this one. Not only is it separated from the rest of the data, it's also the tallest of all the columns. So that one's standing out. It says, what might it tell you about the drives? So something that might have thrown some of us off a little is just trying to identify any kinds of things we might want to say about that. But really this question just kind of wanted us to pop down here and answer this multiple choice question, because this multiple choice question is dealing with this bar. So if you did write some things down here, you might have said the tallest bar represents the people who have the shortest drive. You might have said the tallest bar is separated from the rest of the data. You might have said nobody drives between 5 and up to 15 miles to work. So just a reminder, with our histograms down here, my x-axis is going to show the miles that the people are driving to work, and then the frequency is how many people drive that distance. So between 0 to 5, we can say, if we go up here, we look at the frequency, about 75 people drive between 0 and up to, but not including 5 miles to work. Nobody drives between 5 to 10 miles to work, and nobody drives between 10 and then up to, but not including 15 miles to work. You might have looked at this column because it's the second highest. You might have said something like 65 people drive between 30 and up to 35 miles to work, which is quite a bit further. You might have said people who drive 0 miles to work are working from home, or maybe you might have even said something like, right now, all of us probably, or most of us, fit into this category unless we're doing some work that requires us to be out of the house. So when we jump down here, it says, what does the bar that stands out tell you about the drives? So letter A says the number of people that do not drive to work. So this is not going to be the answer. The number of people that do not drive to work will be included in this column, or in this bar, but it does not include only people who don't drive to work. It's also going to include people who drive up to 5 miles to work. So on a regular day, because I just live down the street from East, I would be in this column because I just drive about a mile. So, but I do drive. The number of people with a long drive to work, that's not going to be it, because this tall column is going to be people with the shortest. The number of people with a moderate drive to work, moderate just means like a middle of the road, middle kind of length drive to work. So that's not going to be this, because this is the smallest amount we could have. And then D says the number of people with a short drive to work. So we're going to say, what does the bar that stands out tell us about the drives? So this is the number of people with a short drive to work. If you wanted to color in too, I guess I could see you wanting to color in A as well. So that's going to be up to you, because it does include both people who don't have a drive at all and people who have a short drive. Okay. So we're going to jump down to the second question, the bottom of page 25. And it says, the table shows the prices for 10 different magazines. Make a histogram of the data, and then it just gives you 4 histograms, and you're just supposed to pick which one is correct. So the first thing I'm going to do is just look at how our data is represented down here, and it's represented in dollars. It says either between 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4. And then down here, it gave us between 10 cents and $1.10, between $1.10 and $2.10. So that's not going to work so well for our data. Even if we look up at the data in our chart, the magazine prices, we don't have anything that's below $1.10 in our data. So this representation we know is not going to work. So the same thing with this one. I'm going to go ahead and just ignore D and C, because I know I don't have any magazines that cost between 10 cents and $1.10. And both of these say that I do have one. Okay, so I know it's going to be one of these two. And because it's represented in whole dollars, so between $1 and up to $2, between $2 and up to $3, I'm just going to go through my data and I'm going to label right below it what bin it would fit into. So my $1.99 magazine would fit in the bin that is $1 and then up to $2. All right. My $5.25 magazine would be in the bin that's between 5 and up to 6. And I'm just gonna separate them out so I can kind of check it off once I get done with all of them. So this will be between 3 to 4. This is between 4 to 5. This is gonna be 5 to 6 again. So there's gonna be 2 in that bin already. This is between 3 to 4. So that's another one for that bin. This is between 2 to 3, 3 to $4. $4 to $5, and then $3 to $4. Okay, so now I want to look at my bins down here. It's going to be pretty quick for me to see that one in letter A's representation, it says that one of my magazines is going to be between $1 to $2, and over here it says no magazines are between $1 to $2. So already I know, just looking at these, there is a magazine that's between $1 to $2. So I know A is it. Of course, there are other checks we could have. If we look at the highest column here, between $3 to $4, it says there should be 4 magazines that cost between $3 and up to $4, but not including $4. So here we could say here's 1, 2, 3, 4. So that works. So there's all other kinds of checks. If we actually made the histogram, this is what it would look like for sure, letter A. All right. Now we're going to move to page 25 or 26, sorry. And I think I'm going to go ahead and stop the video. So in case you want to jump in just on page 26, you can do that and not have to figure that out. So I'm going to stop it and we'll post 2 videos, one for 25 and one for 26.